feeling motivated. I showed my NES games the other day. I've been going around looking in other people's channels for kind of like mine, a few games and whatnot. And I noticed a couple people are playing PS3 and stuff. And I've been playing the PS3 lately. I spent the year with the retro games, just trying to get caught up. I spent 2003 up until at least, late last year, early this year, playing MMORPGs, playing World of Warcraft primarily. It all started with EverQuest, went to Final Fantasy 11 for the first year that it was out. It was pretty good, but then once WoW came out, everybody I knew went to that. So I spent 5 years doing that. I regret it now because, you can only have the top-ranked priest on your server for the time being. If you really want to, keep those stats up or anything, it's kind of pointless, to me at least. Because now when I look back on it, I just have a lot of wasted time and a small video game collection compared to what I should have. But anyways, I do have my PS3 now. I think it was somebody's channel I just watched had some Dragon Age videos. I bought Dragon Age with the PS3. I got Gamefly at the same time, and Gamefly shipped me Borderlands and Bionic Commando. So I started playing Borderlands. I love that game. I would have originally just bought Borderlands if I knew how much fun I was going to have with it. But I do have Dragon Age, and one thing good about Dragon Age, the consolation for me at least, was I got like $26 back on it on Black Friday because they sold it for $34.99 instead of the $59 that I originally paid for it. So I got like 26 back, so that made me feel a little better because I will play that game later. It looks really cool. And to me, everything's just like World of Warcraft anyways. Every button scheme, map schemes, quest, everything I can see nowadays, people have definitely piggybacked off the people who've mastered basically what it's like. Now, that's not to say I don't want to pop on a game and, I want to play something original and new. But, there's even a game that I played, some dragon game I played for the PSP, and the hit bars, everything was the same. The way the damage numbers popped up, the way your quests were set up, everything's the same as World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft does this very simple, easy style. And, I don't blame other companies for making all their games like that, but to me, Dragon Age was pretty much like that. I did not like any of the Oblivion games. I thought they were just, if I would have played Oblivion games when they were the first games like that I ever experienced, I would have had a great time running around exploring the lands. But I had those days with other games like EQ and stuff. Games where there were no maps, where you just went around and you could yell something and no one else would hear you around. But I digress back to my PlayStation 3. I am playing Borderlands right now. I just got the zombie thing, add-on, whatever that is, Dr. Island or whatever. My name's Vinnieblacklodge on there too, so if anybody wants to meet me on there and play some games, I don't have any friends on there yet, but I did just get my Bluetooth thing hooked up to it, which worked, and my old, I guess it's a Logitech, or even an old keyboard I had for my PS2, just popped it in my PS3, it worked fine. Man, for a headset, they wanted like $100 for a headset, and then another $100 for a keyboard at Best Buy. It was ridiculous. So, forget that. But yeah, if anybody wants to meet me on, on my PS network, the name's Vinnieblacklodge, same as on YouTube. Like I said, I got Dragon Age right now, so I don't know if that's online, but, I'd like to play some of this Borderlands online. I'm just one of those skeptics of pug groups, but whatever. So, and, I saw a couple people were doing some holiday stuff, talking about, their favorite 80's things, and, I'm not really going to make a full video of that, but, a few things that I have seen people not mention that were some of my favorite, shows from the 80's. One of them had to have been Sledgehammer. You see the guy, I don't know what his name is, but you see him in new movies today. Like, he was just in that movie, Burn. He was in one of the Coen Brothers movies, Burn After Reading or whatever. But, yeah, Sledgehammer, carrying around a big old revolver, and he slept with it under his pillow, and he always told the ladies, he says, "Trust me, I know what I'm doing." Yeah, Sledgehammer was great, and then of course you had Max Headroom. I mean, who did not remember Max Headroom? Those two, I mean, of course I remember the A-Team. I've watched a lot of MacGyver, and I mean, my lifestyle was like MacGyver, messing with little toys, but to me, the movies that stick out TV shows that stick out the most were Max Headroom and Sledgehammer. Those are great. And then, as far as my toys that I played with when I was growing up, my favorite toys. What? Oh, I still even have a big bag over here of my Battle Beasts and my Muscle Men. So, like, for my toys, you know, we had, of course I played with G.I. Joe and all that stuff, but I don't know if you guys remember Battle Beasts. They'd come with, like, here's one of the guys most people remember. Well, not him, but they'd come with like 2 in a little box, or you could buy like a big box and like a setup and stuff. But yeah, those Battle Beasts, and then of course there are Muscle Men. Now there are even Muscle Men video games by Bandai. It's a little wrestling game, but you know, there's these little Muscle Men, little flesh-colored guys, and you could buy those in a fun little container, and you could pop the container open, and you could keep all your guys in it. Or you could buy the big box at Toys R Us with like all 36 of the series in there. I think there are 1 or 2 or 3 series even of these. And I saw these re-released like 20 years later, just like the G.I. Joe were. So like 10 years ago I saw these at Best Buy again. But they re-released them all colored and stuff. So I like those. You know, I like playing with these with my friends, and these are really resilient and durable. I mean, you could play with these in the mud, you get them so dirty, and they just wash them off. There's no moving parts, so I could think my parents I don't think that was a factor, but I think, you know, now I look back on it, you know, parents might have bought us these because the word in the street was you could play with these a lot better. Now, the Battle Beasts, you could break their arms off, so that happened a lot. But in the long run, I mean, shit, I have these things 25 years later, and they're still in perfect condition. Now, for movies, I don't think Home Alone is an 80's movie. In fact, it's not. It's 1990. So with that being said, Goonies would definitely be my favorite 80's movie. I mean, I'm not even going to say anything else. I'm sure there's a lot of movies I loved, but I mean, Goonies, even now, you know, I pop that movie in, and it's like, you know, you get a feeling of like being a kid again watching it. And especially now, you know, you see people like, you know, all the Italian guys who are really popular now, you know, seeing them run around. It's just like Home Alone. You see a couple guys who do really crazy movies, and they're just being really bad. So, you know, those are some of my favorite things from the 80's. And as far as video games go, I mentioned before that Life Force is probably one of my favorite games. But like I said, there could be a lot of others. I mean, Castlevania, Mega Man. I'm not even going to say what's my favorite video game, because if I had one favorite video game, then I wouldn't be trying to get every single one that's out there. So I really can't say what's my favorite video game, but I can say, you know, Life Force is up there definitely. Double Dragon. Games I grew up with, easily. Adventure Island, that could be my favorite one. I mean, I had so much fun growing up with that. Blaster Master, DuckTales. So, you know, just to be fair, you know, I really can't say what's my favorite. I can just say I liked NES games. Alright, well, I'm in this video now.